Yes, that 21 Savage type beat is what we're gonna be making in GarageBand iOS today. So I don't want to talk anymore, let's get right into the beat. I'm gonna just pick this ethereal guitar. It sounds something like this. For these 21 Savage type beats, a lot of the melodies are just on the downbeat, keeping it very simple so that the drums can really stand out. So let's just come up with a simple melody. So I just use the A flat minor chord, so these three notes, and I put it back and I put it down one semitone to this note, which is G. Oh yeah, and I missed out one of the notes to give it a little bit more variation. I've currently got the Lunar Pulse from the Alchemy synth, but I might change it later on. Let's just lay down some chords. Let's solo it out, just put some chords in there. I'm gonna do the same thing again, but I'm just gonna drop this on one semitone, and it's gonna give it an even darker vibe. I'm gonna put this as the top note. So that sounds like this now. And I want something to lead back up to the first note, so that'll be C sharp. Now I'm just gonna put the F sharp minor chord in there because it ends with this C sharp. Actually, I'm gonna just arpeggiate the notes and come up with a little melody and show you the final outcome of what I got. So this is the pad melody I came up with. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like with the other instrument as well. Actually, I put a little bit of EQ on it because it might be a bit too low and clashing with the 808s. I just did this because this frequency is standing out a little bit. And I did the same for the ethereal guitar as well. Now let's dive straight into the drums. I'm gonna just add a couple of claps, but I'm gonna show you a trick you can do with your open hats to make them sound a lot better. But now let me just add in a clap. And if you didn't already know, Metro Boomin produced a lot of 21 Savage songs, and he has a lot of snares in his beat as well, so let's add in a snare, just to complement this clap. Just in the classical snare places. Yeah, that sounds fine. I'm gonna copy that into the next section. I'm gonna mix the beat later on, but now let's just add in some hi-hats. Just wait for the open hat trick. Just a simple 8th note without too many rolls. Actually, I changed the open hat to make it a little bit lower pitched, just for the open hat trick that I'm gonna tell you in a bit. Just simple 16th note over here. I'm gonna add some triplets as well. I'm gonna mess with the pitches as well. I'm gonna increase the volume of the snare. I feel like changing the melody a little bit so that it goes down for the second part. So usually a lot of people just have their open hats as one note, but I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna mess around with the pitches of the open hat. Yeah, that sounds good at the moment. I'm gonna put one last note in here just when the clap hits. And for the last one, I'm just gonna put a simple open hat, not to make it too complicated. Now let's add the 808s. Just the regular spins 808, as 21 Savage has a lot of this in his songs. Go something like this. Just mess around with the chords. So just something really simple, very dark. I'm gonna copy that into the next section and EQ a little bit. Quick kick pattern to complement all of this 808. Now one last instrument we're gonna put on top of all of this is a sub bass instead of the 808, just to create a little bit of tension before the beat drops. Let's move it up an octave. This seems a bit low. Yeah, something like this. Just the G leading back to the A flat gives it an eerie vibe, and this is just part of the A flat minor chord. Just lifting it up an octave. Now I'm just gonna mix the beat and arrange it a little bit. Put it all to 0 and then go back up again. a lot of 21 Savage's songs start off with the verse and the drums and then move on to the hook and verse again. So I'm just gonna arrange it like that. So I just arrange it like that. The verse starts off very fast and with the drums and everything, just a little drop. And then it goes on to the sub bass for before the hook drop. So it just goes on like this now.